Today I'll be carrying on the top 8 roller coasters at Busch Gardens Williamsburg in Williamsburg, Virginia. This is a great amusement park with some awesome rides, great coasters, a beautiful atmosphere, some great theming, and overall it's just a fantastic park to go to. And I was going to do a top 9, but I was going to wait till Pantheon was going to open, but Pantheon obviously is not open yet, and we don't even know when that's going to open, so I just decided to do a top 8 now. And this park is just absolutely fantastic, and let's just get into the list. So starting off with number 8 is their kiddie coaster, Grover's Alpine Express. This is a pretty good kiddie coaster. It's got some solid laterals, pretty smooth. The helixes are fun. It's got a good color scheme, I guess. I like how Grover's on the front of the train. It's pretty cool. And it's a cute little ride for kids. And number 7 is going to the only wooden coaster at the park, Invader, which is their family GCI coaster. This is a very fun wooden coaster. I like the drop. It's got some great laterals. The theming is really cool. It doesn't have the best airtime. It's not the most intense, but I mean, it's a family coaster, so that's not really a main priority for this coaster. It's very smooth. The main downside with this ride mainly is that it's kind of hard to get footage of this coaster. The main area you can get footage on this coaster is from the train, but I mean, this ride is a really good ride for families, and I do appreciate this ride for what it is. Number 6 is going to Rebolton, which is the Desire Multi-Launch Coaster. This is a really good coaster. This is a very fun coaster. This has 2 really solid launches. It's got a great indoor section with all the theming, and that helix in the indoor section is really fun as well. My main downside with this ride is really shaky, especially in the outdoor portion. It's not that great with that, but I mean, besides that, I mean, the ride's very intense. I don't really consider it a family coaster, but it's a very good ride, and it's just overall, it's very fun. The queue is really cool, and this is a really fun ride for sure. And number 5 is going to Loch Ness Monster, which is the Aero custom looper at the park and the oldest coaster at the park. This coaster is 43 years old, and it's still an awesome ride. It's got some great airtime, especially on the drop before the loop, the first loop, and the drop before the second loop. It's literally ejector airtime. I like the laterals after the first drop. It's just such a classic coaster, and it has sentimental value to me and a lot of other people, I imagine. The loops are pretty forceful. It's super picturesque. It's a gorgeous coaster, and I really hope Busch Gardens Williamsburg can keep this ride around for years to come. And number 4 is going to Griffin, which is the B&M dive coaster at the park. Griffin is a great ride. The drop is absolutely fantastic, especially in the back where you get some awesome floater airtime. I like the Immelmans, they're both fun. You get some great airtime before the splashdown and right before you hit the brake run. Both of the drops are actually really fun, actually. Like Loch Ness, this is a very picturesque coaster. You can get so many different angles of this coaster. It's super smooth, and it's just such an awesome coaster, and it really works well in the Skyline, as with a lot of the coasters at this park. Now in our top 3, number 3 might surprise a lot of people. This is Tempesto, which is the Premier Ride Skyrocket 2 coaster. And this ride gets, in my opinion, way too much hate. It is such a good ride. It is very intense, very rapid fire. The Heartline roll at the top is really good to get some great hang time. The launches are pretty fun, especially the third one and the backwards one. Those are both very good. The non-inverting loop is really fun. The drop after the Heartline roll is really cool. And this coaster is just really fun. And the trains actually aren't that bad. People, I feel like, overreact about the comfort cars a little bit. The trains may not be the greatest. They're kind of cramped, but the restraints themselves actually aren't that bad. They could be way worse. But yeah, Tempesto is a great coaster, and I absolutely love Tempesto. Number 2 is going to Apollo's Chariot, which is right next to Tempesto and is the B&M Hypercoaster of the park. This coaster is so awesome. While my earlier rides on this coaster have been pretty underwhelming, I really have gotten to appreciate this coaster a lot more for what it is. The drop in the back row is awesome. You get some great airtime, especially like on the drop off the mid-course and the double down. Those are great elements. The coaster has a beautiful setting. It's got floater and almost ejector-like airtime, and I like the helix. It's just overall a really good ride, and it's just a coaster that it's so easy to lap like any B&M Hyper. And it's pretty close with Candemonium for me. I wouldn't say it is better than Candemonium. I still prefer Candemonium, but Apollo's Chariot is such a good coaster that, again, I could literally ride all day. And number one is going to Alpengeist, which is the B&M invert at the park. Holy crap, Alpengeist is absolutely incredible. It's tied with my favorite B&M with Fury. They're both like literally neck and neck with each other. Sometimes I prefer Alpengeist, sometimes we prefer Fury. They're both absolutely incredible rides. It is such an intense coaster. There's so many gray out moments. The Cobra Roll is absolutely crazy. One of the best coaster elements I've ever experienced. The drop is amazing. I love all the valleys where you can get so many great forces. It is really fun. The second half is really good. The first half is also amazing. I like the theming with this coaster. It's really smooth, like really most of the coasters at the park, and definitely get a back row ride on this coaster. Although front row is also very good on this coaster as well, but back row is where it's at. It is so whippy, and is just absolutely phenomenal coaster, and is definitely one of the most intense coasters I've ridden, and is I just can't get enough of Alpengeist. It is such an absolutely incredible coaster, and by far my favorite B&M invert. So that's my top 8 roller coasters at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Do you agree with this list? Let me know down in the comment section below, and please be sure to subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, and smash the like button. I hope you can see you guys soon. See you guys, bye.